Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. And today we're going to take a look at some $1 coins from the country of Canada, or the Dominion of Canada, or the Commonwealth of Canada from Canada. And do I miss Canada? If you're from the United States, you know exactly what I mean probably. If you've been able to go to Canada for years and years and years, and then you get kind of shut out. And we have not been able to go to Canada for over a year now, and it's been harsh. Love going to Canada, love the country, love the different provinces, and I want to go back as soon as possible. So fix that if somebody will. Washington, Toronto, Ottawa, fix it, please. Anyways, here we are looking at some Canadian coins, and I want to focus on this one over here, the 1972 Canada dollar. And we'll look at these ones also. But first, I guess you all know what's in the background. And that is the Canadian $1 bill. And this is a 1973 $1 bill from Canada. And you'll see that at the top it says Bank of Canada on this side. And on this side it says Banque du Canada, or Canada. This is the French. This is the English. And of course, there are many parts of Canada which speak French. There are many parts that speak English, and there are some parts that speak both French and English. And both are, in some sense, the national language, and they certainly were on this bill. And there's Queen Elizabeth over here, just looking very young, not quite at her 95 years that she is now. All right, let's get back to this coin here. This coin here, if I can get my camera set up, is the 1972 dollar coin from Canada, and it is a beauty. If we look here, we see a First Nations, a Canadian here up in the front. We see a voyageur, or a trapper, here. Way back in here, we see a E and an H, and that's for Emmanuel Otto Hahn, who engraved this coin. We see some trees up here. It looks like they may be blowing in the breeze, like a stiff wind blowing this way with the canoers. And then way down in here, we see something really kind of cool, and that is, we see in, it's hard to tell exactly what it is until you get it just right, but it's an HB. And of course, it was the Hudson Bay Company that originally did the trapping and sent the French explorers, I guess you'd call them, to work with the First Nations Canadians to send beaver pelts and whatever back to Europe, England and Europe, and Canada, and France. It says Canada at the top here. It is a geared outer rim. These are not beads. They never were beads. They never will be beads. There's a little First Nations mark here. 1972 it says here, and then at the dollar, at the bottom it says dollar. And I'm just going to learn how to talk. This is a big, heavy coin. This coin, it doesn't, well, you know, Canada actually had silver $1 coins with the same back on it. From 1953 to 1963 with Queen Elizabeth on them. And then this particular coin here is a 1972, and this variety was made from 68 to 76. It weighs 15.62 grams, so it's not as heavy as a silver coin was. A silver coin weighed 23.32 grams. That silver coin in bullion value alone today, or this week or this month, is worth $15 or $16. So if you ever get one of the older Canadian coins, just get that one. And they are heavy. They're 80% silver, and they are just as beautiful. And of course, they have the Mary Gillick portrait on the those ones. Who's on this one? Well, it's Queen Elizabeth still. It says Elizabeth II here, or Elizabeth II. It says DG Regina, or by the grace of God, Queen. And then when we get down here, we see that she's wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara with the 2 points here. And this is just a magnificent coin, and you can see this is from the bullion uncirculated set that they put out every year. And in 1972, they put out quite a few bullion uncirculated sets, and they also put out quite a few regular coins. So 405,865 of this type of coin. It's not a rare coin, but it's still worth $6 or $7. And they put out 2.676 million of the general circulation coins, which uncirculated are now worth $2.40. So this is a $6 or $7 coin. It's not quite as valuable as the silver coin, but it's still a beauty. And of course, it has a, when we look at the rim, we see it has a reeded rim. Well, I said there were some other coins we were going to look at, and let's look at a couple briefly. Of course, this is one that followed that coin, and that is the Loonie. And so we see the loon on the lake swimming through the water. Again, the same kind of trees on an island in the background. Canada at the top, dollar at the bottom, 1988. And when we look at the Loonie, we see that the Loonie has some edges on it. So these Canadian $1 coins, the so-called Loonies, are a bronze-plated nickel, and they're hendecagonal, or 11-sided. So that's kind of strange too, right? So if we look up here on the sides, we see that there are 11 kind of smooth sides as you go around. So there's actually 11 of these, which is a funny number. This is a beaded outer rim, as is the front of the 1972 dollar, a beaded outer rim, not a geared rim. And then if we tip it up on, well, we tip it up on this side, we see that it is still the same portrait, but just the way that the queen comes out here in this nickel, and this is pure nickel here. The way the queen comes out in this nickel is just really sweet. Just the way her face comes through, and it's a little kind of different buffing here. So same portrait, a different coin. This is a 72, this is an 88. And then I showed you one other coin at the beginning, and that is before 1972 they went through the Canadian provinces, and this is the British Columbia province, 100th anniversary, Canada dollar, Thomas shingles, and the seal here. And when we flip it over, we see that it is the same. Oh, with a little bit of my fingerprint on there from holding it. But these coins, people complain a little bit about me taking them out, but these often come in damaged packages, and I just take them out and hold them and use them and look at them. And I'm not too worried about diminishing the value, because the value to me for some of these coins in torn packages is just being able to hold them and work with them. So this coin was part of the series of British Columbia, and you can see the other ones in the series that came before 1971. All right, so that's all we have today from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Just a lovely coin, Queen Elizabeth II, who just turned 95 this week, and sadly lost her husband a week ago. That's all we have, and we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.